Okay, everybody, welcome to today's Lunch with a Savvy Inspector, and I've got Coach William Troutman with me as well. And William, not only is he a coach at the Savvy Inspector, but he's also owns a very successful multi-inspector firm. And William, why don't you share with them, the audience, a little bit about Certainty Home Inspections before we get started?
Well, sure. We started out as a one-man shop like everybody else. I'll keep it short here. We joined Ken Compton about a year into doing business and implemented a lot of the strategies, continue to implement those today, have grown to be, as Ken said, a successful multi-inspector firm. Currently there are 5 of us, soon to be 8. I have 3 guys taking classes right now to and going through our training program to hopefully have them up to go, ready to go prior to spring. My wife, Sherry, is the greatest asset that I've got in the business. She helps me daily manage and keep this thing going. We have a complete office staff, some of the best people I could find who man our phones and do our scheduling and follow-up calls and what have you. What else can I tell you? Not just home inspections. We cover all inspection services under one roof here, so everything from radon, termite, mold, septic testing, all that kind of stuff we do as well. I have 5 radon techs. That's a full-time job in itself, and Ken is actively helping me break that off into its own part of our business, environmentals, if you will, so we're actively going through that right now. So just a brief overview of us. That's pretty much it. We are rural located, so it's quite the drive for us to get to any inspections. But in spite of that, with Ken's help here and the Savvy Inspector, we have continued to be successful and continue to grow.
Super, William. Thank you. I'll tell you, William and Sherry, I knew them when they didn't know how they were going to pay the $79.95 a month. Now they're in a mastermind group, one of the coaches, the whole thing. So people's dreams can come true if they work out a little bit. Let's do this. Let me just slide my control panel over. Let's get going. Here's one of the things I want to know, and you folks already know a lot of this, and we could have added a lot more benefits, but I just wanted to give you the big ones. One of the things, I'm big on going direct to the public for a variety of reasons, and here's a few of them. You bypass trying to get on the real estate agent's approved vendor list. I mean, that's extremely annoying in a lot of cases. So what happens is, while you go direct to the public, you bypass that. You don't have to do pay-to-play offices. The real estate offices, a lot of them around, Keller Williams and others, charge a very large fee for you to get in there and get access to the agents. And don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-agent. I will tell you that my real estate agent did such a good job for me, I married her. Okay, so I'm not anti-real estate agent. And we do pay-to-play offices, but going direct to the public is the long-term solution. Number 3, you can sell more services that the home buyer actually needs. You probably all experienced this. You've recommended a radon test or other testing to the client because they need it, mold, indoor air quality, and the real estate agent nixes it. Okay, what do they care? I mean, the customer wants to know what's going on with the home in total, not just things that are within the standards of practice. Okay, so you can sell more services to the home buyers that they actually need. You can charge a higher price, and we're going to talk about that today. When consumers believe you're the person who can protect them from buying the money pit, guess what happens? They're willing to hire you. And they're willing to pay you more because they have confidence in your ability to protect them. Okay, you only have to serve one master, the home buyer that hired you. Have you ever gone to a home inspection and had the agent just breathing down your neck while you're trying to prepare your inspection report? You know, that's crazy. So what happens is when the buyer hires you directly and not involved with the real estate agent, then what happens is you can serve just one master. In other words, you gain control of the financial health of your business, and that's what I'm about. I'm about helping home inspectors gain control, financial control of their business. And we'll talk about some other things that we can help you with in future lunches with the Savvy Inspector. Okay, William, you know this one. What keeps home buyers up at night?
You bet. That's the key to marketing and going to the public.
I mean, that is the key. I mean, you know, what happens is it's what's in it for me. Nobody buys anything until they understand what's in it for them. Okay, and home buyers, they have to understand what's in it for them by selecting you. Okay, so let's talk about what keeps home buyers up at night, because if you don't understand this, you will never be able to get business from the internet. Okay, 2 things that keep home buyers, really 1 thing. Okay, they're afraid they're going to get stuck buying a money pit. Okay, and we've tested this. We've done focus groups with different socioeconomic levels of home buyers, whether it be first-time buyers or it's been luxury home buyers, and they say the same thing. Now, they may say it a different way. They want peace of mind about the home they're buying, or I don't want to get stuck with a money pit. But when you distill down their answers, this is the number one thing that you have to know when you go to market directly online. You have to know that buyers are afraid of getting stuck buying a money pit at all income levels. Okay, so once you get this, and this is a writer-downer, as one of my good buddies says, so I'd write this down because this is the message that home buyers want to hear from you. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. Okay, in order to get business from the internet, home buyers have to convince themselves. Now remember, when you're doing a first-time home buyer seminar or you're in an agent's office, you're doing face-to-face relationship selling. Okay, but on the internet, people are looking at a screen and so are you. You have no chance to communicate with them directly. Okay, so home buyers have to convince themselves that you're the person who can protect them from buying the money pit. And when they convince themselves of that, they actually buy from you. And I could tell you some different stories about how consumers buy online, but I don't want to get bogged down in that right now for this presentation. Okay, so consumers have to convince themselves. Okay, so what does the home inspector have to do to get the home buyer to say, yes, you're the inspector to protect us from buying the dreaded money pit? Okay, what do you got to do to get them to say yes? Two things. The first one is you got to prove expertise to protect them from buying the money pit. If they don't think that you're an expert in your market, guess what happens? They're not purchasing, but they're going to back browser you as fast as they can go. Then the second thing that happens is you got to get the home buyer to know you, like you, and trust you. You know what happens is when people know you, like you, and trust you, they will buy from you and they'll refer you to others. Okay, so you got to prove expertise and you got to get people to know you, like you, trust you online. Okay, you thinking, heck, is this all I got to do? Because for most people, online marketing like this is foreign to them. Okay, so you guys are probably thinking, wow, good Lord, how am I going to get those two things done? I know the first time I started with it, that's what I thought. I don't want you to worry because in the next 50 minutes, we're going to show you how to make that happen. William, that's you with a cape.
Looks just like me.
Okay, the key to getting more inspections from the internet without your website being on page 1 of Google or without a visitor converting website is video marketing. That's right, it's video marketing. It is absolutely one of the most powerful tools home inspectors have in their possession. And William, why don't you share a minute what you do with video marketing?
Oh gosh, Ken, about everything that we can and what we can think of. I mean, from you know, shooting videos on site to doing interviews with other inspectors, posting on Facebook, plastering them on our website, of course. We use a ton of video daily, and we're always recording, you know, new videos at least a couple of times a week, if not more, to keep ourselves out there, you know, to the public. And we do a lot of it with Facebook, social media.
And we're going to see some of William's videos in just a minute, so let's press on. Video marketing is the home inspector's one of their most powerful tools. Okay, here are the two types of videos that build expertise and get home buyers to know you, like, and trust you. These are the two primary types that we're going to focus on today. The first one is videos shot in the field at the inspection. And then the second one is videos produced from pictures taken at the inspection. These two types of videos are absolutely the most powerful tool in video marketing. And we'll talk about this, and I'm going to show you some examples. Okay, let's take a look at this one that William shot in the field. Now, here's what happens is when you show, and I'm going to show you this video, when you show a consumer, when the consumer watches this video, they see the problem that William's talking about, and they hear his voice. Okay, it's like they're talking to him, to them. Okay, so what happens is you gain a bunch of benefit for both expertise and know me, like me, trust me. And once people watch one of your videos, they won't stop there. They'll watch a series of them. And that's why when we talk about a YouTube channel in a few minutes, we're going to talk about a playlist and why that's so important in helping establish expertise and know me, like me, trust me. Let me see if I can just push this button and see if it will come up.
Hello, this is William with Certainly Home Inspections. What we want to talk about today is a safety fire hazard that we run into quite often. What we see on this is a nice natural gas furnace. So what we're seeing here is what we call CSST. It stands for corrugated stainless steel tubing. The problem with this is it's a great product, no issues there. But what happens is for some reason it seems like lightning really loves this stuff. Lightning will strike somewhere in the proximity of the home, follow in through the black steel pipe that we see here, and then when it gets on this CSST, which is a very thin wall pipe, and this gets close to anything metal, it can arc over and actually blow a hole in this piping. And then of course we have in essence a blowtorch in the home. A lot of house fires have been caused over this. It's a very simple fix. It's just a matter of getting a proper ground back on this black steel pipe before we get to the CSST. And that can usually be done for less than $300, and we always recommend that you would have that done. If you have this piping in your home, or you'd like to have your home inspected, please feel the group give us a call. It's toll-free, 866-417-9591, or visit us on the web, and you can schedule your inspection right there at www.certaintyinspections.com, serving all of southern Indiana, including Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay, I'm going to open this control panel up, and if you think about this, I just want you to type in yes if you think that's true. Do you think that video right there helps William establish expertise with the people watching his video? If you think that's true, type in yes in the chat box, because the fact of the matter is I'm interested in hearing what you think about that. Okay, so if you think that helped William, that video helped him in his marketing efforts, then just type yes in the chat box. Okay, and I'm going to let William keep looking at that. Let's look at another example right here of an expertise video, a video that establishes expertise and builds Know Me, Like Me, Trust Me. Okay, this is one that William did on a water heater. Let's check this one out.
Hello, it's William with Serving Home Inspections. What we're looking at here now is a GE water heater, 40-gallon unit. It's a gas unit. What we're seeing here is a copper gas line running down to bring our feed in for the boiler. And this particular copper line is not stamped for approval for natural gas. Anytime you see a copper line like this, it should have stamped in there ready that it is approved for natural gas. Also here, right at this connection, you typically see what we call a drip leg. That is just an access panel that would actually catch any type of debris that might be in that line. This particular unit is missing that. There's some other issues with this water heater as well. What we're seeing here is the trip valve. In the event that this unit would overheat, this valve pops open, hot steam and water, of course, would shoot out of this. The ideal here is to have a pipe that extends on down about 6 inches from the floor, so that in the event that you have to be standing here and it would overheat and pop open, it would be installed. So we always recommend having that pipe installed when we run into this. One last problem with this unit, we can see here some discoloration, some corrosion at the top of the unit. Right above this is a shut-off valve. We'll see some corrosion there too. Although not leaking right at this particular moment, obviously we've got some secrets here. So on this unit, with all these conditions combined, corrosion here, shows some leakage at the shut-off valve, the missing trip valve pipe, the unapproved copper line, and then drip leg. So I'll definitely call for a plumber to come take a look at this unit. Any questions or anything like this, feel free to give us a call. Serving Home Inspections, 866-417-9591.
Okay. And William, how long did it take you to make this video?
Oh, just, as long as you see it right there, it's just a shoot and go. We just use a little flip-top camera, so unless you just screw up really bad and need to do a retake, just as long as it takes to say what you got to say and record that, and then just dump it back on your laptop and get it uploaded and make it happen.
Okay.
And if you notice as we go through these videos, you might hear me stutter or make a grammar type mistake, but it's live, it's real, and so we're not trying to get really picky. We want it to be real, that we're there live and that it's happening. So unless you just make a major mistake, I wouldn't be too concerned about trying to be perfect.
And William, I want you to speak up a little bit because I don't want to have to adjust the volume, and you're pretty low on my end. Okay, so and so William's making this now. Well, I want to ask the audience, the folks who are on the call. I mean, don't you see these issues every day? I mean, these are absolute things that you see when you're out on a home inspection. I mean, the water heater's gone nutty. The other things on the flex pipe, you see these things every day. If you were an accountant, okay, you were an accountant. I mean, video marketing wouldn't be so powerful for you. But you know what happens is you're not an accountant. You're a home inspector and you have the greatest subject matter at your disposal every day when you do a home inspection. And people dig these videos, and I'm going to show you how much they dig them in a few minutes. Okay, so these are expertise establishing, know me, like me, trust me, building videos. There is nothing more powerful than the home inspector to do these types of videos. Let's take a look at another example. Okay, this is one I personally found myself. This is crazy, and when people see this, you'll see how many views this thing's gotten in a few minutes. I put a little up front on mine and a little back end on mine.
Hi everyone, it's Ken Compton from Southern Home Inspection Services, and today I'm going to show you the most unusual issue that I've ever seen with a vent line on a sanitary pump. This is a sanitary pump in a basement, and what its job is to take wastewater from a basement sink or commode or shower, take that out of the house because there was no plumbing down here originally. So they put in a sanitary pump here, and it has to have two lines. The line on the left with the black boot is the line that takes the wastewater. It gets pumped up into the plumbing system and discharged to the exterior of the house. And the line on the right-hand side is the vent line, okay, so that the plumbing will work correctly. And for some unknown reason, someone has taken the vent line here on this particular sanitary pump, and they've actually, instead of taking the vent line to the outside of the house, they discharged it into the furnace fluid. And I will tell you that is totally improper. And in all the years I've been in the home inspection business, I have to tell you this, that's the first time I've ever seen that. So the vent line really should go on the outside of the house and let the septic or sewer gas discharge outside into the environment. But instead, in this particular case, they put the vent pipe right inside the flue for the furnace and for the water heater.
Okay, I want to show you something else. Look right here. Can you see this, William? 37,000 views.
I was just getting ready to comment on that. That is unbelievable.
That is unbelievable. When you look at the number of comments that we get on down here, I mean, it goes on and on and on. People get in discussions with each other about it, and you know, you see all the crazy comments. Okay, so this absolutely videos get great deals. Let's take a look at another example, and then we're going to move on to a different type. This is one that I did on a couple of air conditioners. This is one of the first ones I did to just try to test how effective video marketing really was in helping us get home inspections from local home buyers. So this is one, and then I'm going to show you this one. This one has 41,500 views. Okay, you see these things every day when you're out in the field.
Hi everyone, it's Ken Compton from Southern Home Inspection Services, and today we're going to be taking a look at some troubles associated with air conditioning units on the outside of the house. As you can see, we have a couple of condensing units here. The one on the left is a little older. The one on the right is fairly new. But look at the problem with the one on the right. It's got an extreme slope on it. In other words, it's sitting tilted on the platform there. And even a 10-degree slope can prematurely wear the compressor. So that unit needs to be leveled out. And as I look and see what the trouble is, I can clearly see it. What's happening here is the condensate drain line that brings all the moisture outside is broken off right here. So instead of all that moisture, which in Georgia a lot of times 10 or 15 gallons a day of water will be deposited there, instead of moving it away from the air conditioning units, it's just ponding up right there and allowing that air conditioner to go back. One of the other things about these units, it's a little bit of a problem, is the insulation on the refrigeration lines on these copper lines is all gone or ruined, and these pipes then freeze up during the summer months when the units are running. The other thing I noticed on this one is that the clothes dryer vent is right behind the air conditioning unit. And when the clothes dryer is running, it deposits lint out this vent, as you can see right here. And the vent then can be drawn into the air conditioning unit if it's running enough to clog up the cooling fins. So your clothes dryer vent really shouldn't be behind your air conditioning unit. The thing I noticed about this one is there's wiring for the unit on the outside of the unit. If you look right here, wiring is on the outside. So it appears they put a new fan motor or something, and instead of running the wire on the inside, they ran it on the outside. So that's some common problems we see with air conditioners.
Okay. Now, what happens is that you see things like this every day out on the job site. That thing got over 41,500 views already. Okay, one of the beautiful things about video marketing is this, and I say this to my clients who I help teach internet marketing to: you work once, you get paid over and over again. Okay, so I worked once 6 years ago on this video, and guess what happens is it's still playing, still getting views, still helping me in search engine optimization. These get indexed into the internet, and people see them from all over, local consumers and others. Okay, I wanted to show you one other thing on this. Let me just go back to here for 1 second. We won't let the video start again. But look, one of the things right here, when the lady saw it, she had a comment. Do you know why my central heat would have frost build up on the outside? Okay, so people will start engaging with you. YouTube is actually a social media, and people will start engaging with you about different things, start asking you questions, and of course we got back with her and gave her some information. Okay, so video marketing is extremely powerful. And these are all, I call them one-take wonders. I just came up on these air conditioners, saw they had these issues, and you know what I said? This will make a great video. So I just started talking about the issues that were wrong. I mean, this is it was a 1 minute and some change video, and it's been successful, 41,500 plus views. Okay, so this is just so powerful, and I want you to know that you can do this. And we'll talk a minute about what subjects would be good, but you see 4 very common things that we've used as subjects right here. Okay, William, let's talk about this for a minute. This is a very different kind of video, but it was shot on the job site. So let's talk about what we got here.
Just a client testimonial. We try to get these, you know, when it's convenient to be done. Try to keep them fresh. I mean, there's just no denying the power of these, and really not an option not to have these, you know, videos on your site anymore. Just people just love to watch videos, and the more they watch this kind of thing, the more they're directed to your site. And this just, rather than you standing up and blowing your own horn about how great you are, to have a client stand up and make those kind of comments is twice the power in that versus you out there trying to tell everybody that you're the man for the job that'll keep them from buying the money pit. If you can have your client stand up and say that for you, just super, super powerful.
It is, and William and Sherry, and their team, they're good at getting them. Let's take a look at this one.
We just had our house inspected by Certainty Home Inspections. We've had inspections in the past, but Certainty Homes far exceeded our expectations in our past experiences. We have a new board that we are very comfortable moving into this home, and we feel very safe.
Thanks, Certainty Home Inspections. We'll definitely recommend you guys to our friends and family.
I'm just around. I'd like to thank William and Certainty Home Inspections for doing our home inspection. Did a very professional job and is more technologically advanced than any other home inspection company that I've dealt with in the past 3 home purchases. Great review room. Really appreciate everything on time, and did exactly what you said you would do, which is good. We really like integrity and working with us. So, thanks.
My name is Debbie Rivers, and I have had 2 homes inspected now, both with Certainty, and both times I've been very impressed with the professionalism and how much help they've been to me. I recommend them to all my friends, and if I have to look at another home, I will definitely call them back for the inspection. I just got my first home inspected with Certainty Homes, and I was very impressed. I had no idea what this process would be like, and I know nothing about homes, and they walked me through everything I needed to know, and now I feel very comfortable with the help they gave me and everything about my new house.
As a first-time home buyer, I'm not really sure what to look for but I feel like Certainty did a very good job of going through everything and really explaining everything. If you had any questions, they're very quick to help us make answers for that. So I feel very confident in our home inspection, and I'm looking forward to getting
Inspectors, and really glad that we've had this.
Certainly would love to be honest.
Now, one of the things I really liked, William, that you did, you added the captions in. What did you use to do that, and was it hard?
Really simple. I think we used Movie Maker on that one, Ken. Now, know that each one of those is an individual testimonial that we have gotten at one time or another, and I just kind of threw all those together. I believe I used Movie Maker for that, to make one continuous video that you're seeing here, but those are all out there individually as well.
And William, how long did you think it took you to make it, the video?
Oh, gosh, Ken, I mean, none of them take a long time. If you spent 30 minutes on one, you've spent too much time, and the benefits from it are, you know, pretty phenomenal. So
I guess everybody on the call should ask themselves, do I have 30 minutes. Can I put a little video together like this? First, get the video testimonials. Shot them right there on the job site. What'd you use, William? A flip video?
That's correct, yes.
Flip video camera. Okay, now Flip has been bought up and they're not around much anymore, but what happens is you can use Kodak ZI-8. A lot of them, cameras will have your, they'll have your digital camera will have video capability now. So you can use that, whatever you can use, but you have to be able to get the video off your camera and into Windows Movie Maker, which is free, and it's on your computer right now. Okay, so that's really the thing. So that was great. William and Sherry and their team did a fabulous job there.
Thank you.
Let's look at the second type of video. Okay, you can do this two ways. You can play this one of two ways. You can actually just let music play and use captions like these are. And I couldn't pull up any examples there. We have 157 videos on YouTube, and I couldn't find the ones that I had done where I actually took 3 photographs and talked about what the problem was. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're just going to take a quick look at these style of videos. Now, you take a bunch of pictures at the inspection. I know this. Okay, so the fact of the matter is, what are you going to do with them? So here's an example of what one of my clients did with them. Put a little slide right on front. Look at his caption. I'm going to stop it right there and point out a couple of things to you. One of them is, does that music sound a little ominous?
You bet.
Okay, because what happens, William, he said right there, here's are things the home buyer or the prospective home buyer, when they came through, they didn't see. One of the suggestions I made for him on improvement was this: don't have dates on your photographs. Okay, that dates your video. Okay, so don't have dates on your photograph. Let's look what else he's got going here. Okay, that's a pretty effective video. That's a pretty effective video. He could have made it more effective from a know me, like me, trust me standpoint if he had done voice narration. Okay, because the sound of your voice, people get to know you from that. People will join the Savvy Inspector, and when I talk to them the first time on member call-in day, they'll say, Ken, I feel like I know you. And I'll say, well, how's that? And they said, I've watched your videos. Okay, and I have more than 100 videos on the internet. Okay, so this allows people to feel like they know you. They begin that know me, like me, trust me with you. Remember, they're behind that glass screen in the comfort of their own home, and you have no chance to personally speak to them. So this is your surrogate to personally speaking to them. So this video could have been improved 2 ways. Of course, you know, get the pictures off there. The dates off the pictures and voice narration. That would have even made it better. Okay, let's take a look at another example of this. This is a similar style, no voice. Music, but you know what happens is you can get royalty-free music, and these things take about 10 or 15 minutes to produce. William is a master at it. Again, a very good use of music. He did this in Windows Movie Maker, and the slides all worked perfect. Okay, you can do this in 15 or 20 minutes, even when you're new at it. Now here's one that we did, which is a little bit different. The style, we didn't use Windows Movie Maker. We used a program called Animoto. Okay, Animoto. So check this style out. This is a branding. Now, William, I know Animoto style videos like this is one of your favorites. How long does it take you? Does it take you longer here or in Windows Movie Maker?
Probably longer in Windows Movie Maker, and I would say part of that's because you've got more choices to play with, so you spend more time in there monkeying with the thing, where Animoto is pretty cut and dry, but I really, really like Animoto.
It is so flexible and so wonderful. Now here's one. This is a branding video where William is trying to sell services. He's trying to raise awareness and sell services. So check this video. And one of the things I really like about what William's done here is he can use this video in a variety of ways. Now, William, where did you get the music?
That was already in Animoto. There's a ton of music there to choose from, ready to just drop in.
So William just told you the program, you can get an account for free. It doesn't take very long to do it, and the music, royalty-free music clips are already in there. Okay, so this is it. Now, William, I don't know if you did this or not, but if you guys, or you folks, I shouldn't say guys because we have ladies on the call too, if you folks have gotten any information from the Savvy Inspector where we're promoting the workshop coming up, you saw that I put a picture of the video. I just did, like, let's say this was the video. I just did a screen capture of this slide, and when you clicked on it in the email I sent you, then what happens is the video actually opened up. So in January or December, what William can do is take this and send it to all of his prior clients who didn't get a radon test during the course of the home inspection. And how about educating his real estate agents? And I know we're not talking about agents today, but that's another very valuable to do with it. So William has been very smart on that. Now here's another one, and this is one we did for Southern Home Inspection Services. Okay, you've seen 4 different styles of Animoto video there. Again, this one didn't take very long at all to produce, just a few minutes. You type in the text, add your photos, add your music, and voila, you have a video. Now, I will tell you that the first types of videos that we showed you, the one where William or I were doing the video in the field, telling consumers or home buyers what it is we're seeing, why we're telling them about it, and what they should do when they do it. When they take action on it. Okay, so you could do one on Federal Pacific, Federal Pioneer stab lock panels. The list go on, and we'll talk about things that you can use them in a minute. Now, William, you guys, and I didn't put a slide here about it, but why don't you share when you go and do an office party or whatever? What do you do there, or a lunch and learn, or any kind of event?
Again, utilizing video there to its fullest extent, we will. At any event, try to go in there with a plan to wrap it up with a video to do a follow-up. So we'll just take tons and tons of pictures. Then we get done with that presentation, we get back to the office, throw those into Animoto, and create a nice follow-up video that goes back to everyone that was in that office, whether they attended or not. People love to see themselves on film. People love to watch videos again. So it's just a really great follow-up, and then the folks that weren't there get the great opportunity to see how much fun they missed for not being there. So we use that at I won't say every, but every opportunity that we get to follow up with that, we will.
And one of the things I noticed, because I follow William's marketing because he's an excellent marketer, one of the things I noticed when he's promoting another event that's similar in nature, he'll include a link to the video so people can see others and see what fun it was. The other thing that happens is, think about this, a lot of you involved in community or civic projects, charity events, and other things. I would encourage you, let's say that you work for Habitat for Humanity, you teamed up with Keller Williams or something. When you're out there, get pictures of everybody, produce a video. You know who gets the credit? Your home inspection company for community service. Okay, so video is the home inspectors, one of their most powerful tools. Again, if you were an accountant, God bless them, and I love our accountant, but what kind of material would you shoot on a video? The latest tax changes. I mean, how interesting would that be? But when you see the number of views people are getting on their YouTube channel, it's insane. Southern Home's YouTube channel has over 600,000 views. This is just too powerful to ignore and going direct to the public for business. Let's look at this because, go ahead, William, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I was going to chime in there real quick. I was in another local office here the other day, and last fall, they had a fall festival, in their parking lot, and we were asked to sponsor that. So of course we did tons of pictures and put together a really nice video that turned out great afterwards, and sent that out to everybody. And in the office there the other day, they've got a flat screen TV up on their up on the wall, so as the customers come in or whatever, they can see different events and stuff going on. So that video plays there at their office all the time. So potential clients come in and they see us there, in those videos. So. It's not used just once, there's opportunities for those to be used over and over again.
Yeah, work once, get paid over and over. William, why don't you talk about this slide, because when you're out there every day, I know you see these things, and are you alerting your home inspectors, I need videos on this, this, and this. I know your guys do videos too. So talk about this slide.
Yeah, we, almost anything that you run into, you can make a decent video out of. I think the things that you have listed here are excellent. We're always looking for opportunities. We, and I do try to pinpoint specific things that we're after. As a matter of fact, we've even taken, last summer, we took a whole day. Our whole crew got together. I got in contact with some local agents and found some foreclosed, empty homes, and they gave us the okay to go in and go through those homes. So in one day's time, we probably created a good 20 or 25 videos from just going through these houses and finding any little thing that we could, that would make a decent video. And we use these for training purposes for our inspectors as well.
Right. That is really important. Now, William, I don't know if you do this or not, but I did the index card where you got index cards and wrote what kind of videos you wanted your inspectors to make, and then they could refer to them when they're out looking at the houses.
No, that's a great idea, but no, I don't do that. Everybody pretty well knows that, if we come across something that makes good sense. Now, I will say that if we're looking for something particular, in our reports, how we have the links that take folks to our website and what have you, to videos. So If we're looking for a specific, like we just did one the other day about faulty GFCIs, so they will be specific in those areas if I'm looking for something to add a link to the report to drive back to the website.
One of the things too, William, and I think this is really important, you think about this, we're all the time thinking about lead generation. How can we get more new business in the door? Okay, and video marketing, we said, is one of the most powerful tools. But think about this. Think about somebody who's already purchased a home, maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago, and they come on the internet and they're looking for home maintenance information. So why wouldn't you produce videos out there in the field on displaced concrete in the sidewalks or driveway? And what about talking about trimming back those bushes and shrubs? And how about gutter downspout extensions that are allowing water to seep into your basement or crawl space? Don't overlook those things as a home maintenance issue, and put up a playlist for home maintenance issues. Then consumers in your local market can find them, watch them, and when it comes time to refer somebody for home inspection or get another one, they'll choose you. Okay, so don't think just new business, new business, new business. Think a little bit longer term and say, what can I provide other consumers in my local market that would interest them so that I can gain their business over time?
I would say how-to is also a good, how-to. We just did one on how to find a plumbing leak, how to inspect your bathroom. We seem to get pretty good hits on those as well.
How to tell if your house needs to be repainted. What about how to tell if your fiberboard siding sucks?
Another one we did was how to maintain your stone foundation was a good one that we get several hits on too.
Yeah, that is a good one. That is a good one. One of the things that we did on electrical problems, we have a lot of in older homes, especially in Atlanta proper, we have Federal Pacific, Federal Pioneer stab lock panels. And that we get a ton of comments on that one. What happens is we also have here, William, the windows today are made with genetically engineered lumber. And the trees grow fast, but they don't grow as strong and as dense as they used to. And so what happens in Atlanta, consumers will leave the window screens on, it rains, the paint on the windowsill breaks down, and then pretty soon the rain is going into the wood and into the wall cavity. And we see so much rotten wood on these newer homes, it's insane. So talk to people about that. I did a video on that. It was a huge hit.
And chances are your competitors out there are not doing this. And an example of that, you talked about Federal Pacific, just reminded me, I got a call from Channel 6 out of Indianapolis here. They are going to do a story on Federal Pacific panel boxes. And so they get online trying to find local information from folks that are local. I was the only person they could find that had anything on their website about Federal Pacific. And of course, I had videos on there as well. So we're putting together an interview with that Channel 6 and actually a couple of the clients that I've done inspections for who had Federal Pacific boxes to find out what did you do about this. So looking forward to see that moving forward. So one contact leads to another.
Absolutely, absolutely. So video, we've got plenty of subject matter to shoot. Every day you see problems in every area. I mean, if you're not writing up a bunch of stuff on these older homes, shame on us. Okay, so these are great topics right here. Let's just move on a minute and let's see. Okay, once I've made my videos, what am I going to do with them? I get asked that question all the time from clients, especially new clients. Let's take a quick look. You're going to put them on YouTube. Okay, that's the first thing. You're going to put them on a YouTube channel. Okay. Excuse me, here's Southern Homes. This was a sanitary pump you just saw, 37,485 views. I put it up 5 years ago. It's still going like crazy for us. Here was the air conditioner one. I put them in viewer favorites. When you get these kinds of views, I create a playlist called viewers favorites. And here is the one on the sanitary pump. This is one for my new construction guy. Look at this. Southern Homes divided into two groups, residential, resale, new construction. But look at this, 77,000 views on this. Okay, and then this one right here, 5,000 views, 8,800 views. So you put them on YouTube. Okay, and this is why. Okay, this is very, very important. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. Okay, and I just did a screenshot for you here. And when we typed in Atlanta Home Inspector, guess what happens? Here's my video. Okay, this is my coaching client, and we do done-for-you services. In other words, we handle all of Gary's online marketing. So here he is in number 2, here I am in 3, here I am in 4. But let's click on here and go see the search engine exactly. Okay, this is right here. This is Atlanta Home Inspector. Okay, and what you can see is this. Here's my video. Here's my client. Here's my video. Here's my client. Okay, this isn't my client. This is my client. Okay, this is me. This is my client. Okay, this is my client. This is my client. This is my client. Okay, this is my client. This is my client. This is my client. Okay, I don't know this guy. This is my client. This is my client. Nope, not my client. This is me. Okay, so my clients and I own the entire first page of YouTube search for this. And I'm telling you, my clients, I had all 20 slots before I taught these strategies to our clients. Now, a lot of these clients, we handle their video marketing. We have a done-for-you services company called the Savvy Inspector Services, and we do a lot of our clients' online marketing. On some of our clients, we do all of their online marketing, and so we've let them get into the search engines, but I still have the top 3 or 4 videos. So what happens is, in the day, everybody went to Google and they searched. They did research on a product and service, and they still do. But guess what happens? More and more consumers who go to choose a local vendor, guess what happens? They come to YouTube and they type in Atlanta Home Inspector, the same keyword phrase they would type in when they were looking for somebody on Google. So if your website is not on the first page of Google, okay, and so what? Okay, that's bad. You want it to be there, but what happens is, if you could dominate the first page of YouTube, you'd be almost as well off. Okay, so people will watch your videos and buy from you. This third video, 62,000 views. Okay, so YouTube is too powerful to ignore. Okay, Google owns it. They love YouTube videos, and we're going to show you that in a minute. Okay, here was a video that William did, and he put it on Facebook. And let's just go right over to Facebook. This was kind of a disgusting video, William, but I mean, it's classic on what's wrong with new construction. Okay, so here's William's Facebook account. Let me just roll down a little bit. Okay, and it's got a bunch more stuff. There it is, put on there since this was put on there. But here's his video right here. Okay, we hear it time and time again, it's new construction. William, talk about this for a minute.
Yeah, it's a new construction home. I'm sure you guys get it too. The real estate agents will talk the client out of doing a home inspection because it's new construction.
Home inspection.
This is one that we found
Here's a perfect example.
incredible mess here, plumbing mess, and we use this a lot on for Facebook and in our lunch and learns and any place where we can use this just to show people that sometimes the worst inspections you go on are new construction.
That is so true. And basically, this is a sewage backup, and it runs all over the floor and all this kind of stuff. And consumers get this. They get this totally. Then now they know they need to get a new construction inspection. But here's what happens on Facebook. If you have the right target audience, and William and Sherry have 509 people here, if you've got the right target audience, they're seeing your videos. Now, William, have you guys ever gotten private messaged from Facebook and said, I need an inspection?
Yes, sir, we have.
I'm telling you, we do too, because we're providing content that our target audience is interested in. I said to Beth the other day, we need to update your picture because you got way more inspectors.
Yeah, we're working on that.
It's not that easy to get everybody together for a group shot, is it?
It is not.
Okay, so you can see William use this video on Facebook. It was a very, very powerful part of what he's doing. Okay, so then let's take a look here. This is the one we have on Southern Home Inspection Services, and this one got tons of views too. Okay, and this was one of our new construction videos from our new construction group. Let me scroll down and see if I can see it. Here's one. Here it is right here. Okay, this one got a ton of tradespeople arguing with each other about it. Okay, Southern Home, 662 people on their Facebook. Okay, and so what happens is, let's take a look at this one. This was a real simple one. Got a ton of tradespeople arguing.
This is an example of a floor joist or a floor truss that's been improperly cut or modified in the field. Oftentimes on newer houses, rather than traditional dimensional framing lumber, builders are going more and more toward prefabricated or pre-engineered floor and roof trusses or I-joists. This is a good example of one. We have a double I-joist under a load-bearing wall upstairs. We are actually standing under a bathroom, and as you can see, one of the two I-joists has been cut to allow passage of a 4-inch plumbing drain. And typically this is not allowed. Anytime we see pre-engineered or pre-manufactured framing lumber in homes, one of the strict no-nos is you're not supposed to modify or cut it in any way on site or in the field. So this is a good example of bad construction practice, if you will. The plumber did his work without regard for any structural or framing considerations.
Okay, that one got the trades were arguing with each other on there. That generated a boatload of discussion. But our clients are interested in this. And how about the guys, the folks who are buying new construction? Okay, we want to promote our new construction group just like we do our residential resale unit. So we have videos that are exclusively about problems with new construction, just like William does. Okay, so these are the kinds of things consumers watch these videos on Facebook and other places, and you'll get business from it. Let's look on. I don't want to take a million hours of your time. Maybe you haven't even thought about Pinterest. Okay, Pinterest, if you don't know what it is, it's a social networking site where you can share videos, recipes, photos, that kind of thing. And it's really become very, very popular. And what happens is, you can see, excuse me, up here on the left-hand side, I typed in home inspection videos in Pinterest. And home inspectors have videos all around here. So does the Savvy Inspector. This is the first fold. Another, what you see before you scroll down, look what happens. This is our video, this is our video, this is our video, this is our video. Okay, now when people come and see these things, then they start watching them and then they get onto your board. We just switched over to Pinterest Live, and you can see here we are right here. This is Carlos, this is Jeremy, here's William and Sherry, William, Sherry again, Carlos. Let's scroll down a minute. These are all videos. Here's Beth, put these up. Okay, you can see all kinds of videos that we have here for our inspectors that Beth and our team is putting up. We do done-for-you services for them, so we put them up. But if you're not showing your videos or putting your videos on Pinterest, it's free, and it's really simple to do, then you're missing a big marketing opportunity because local consumers in your area are coming to Pinterest to look for everything. I mean, the engagement time on Pinterest is trying to rival what consumers spend on Facebook every day. Okay, so Pinterest is another free outlet where local home buyers are coming to look for things where you should be displaying your videos. Okay, if you're not on page one with Google for your website, I feel bad about that, but here's ways to go direct to the public and gain all the benefits we talked about in the first slide without having to worry about being on silly Google page one. Okay, so let me show you something else. Now, Google loves video. Google owns YouTube. Okay, Google loves video. This is one of our clients, the Savvy Inspector clients in Edmonton, Ontario, Canada. Okay, you can see up here, I typed in the search bar in Google, Edmonton Home Inspector. Okay, and here's a video we produce. Now, we handle all of Ron's online marketing at the Savvy Inspector Services Company, and here's his video in third place. Okay, his website's right down below this, but his video shows up. Now, one of the things you have to know about consumers is when they see it, this is called a thumbnail. This little picture you see here is called a thumbnail. When they see a picture or a thumbnail in the search engines, then guess what happens is consumers automatically scroll down there and take a look at it. Now, I'm going to share a little secret here with you, and I don't usually share it outside of our membership group, but what happens, we do this. Look at this where it says, we put in his keywords right here. Okay, we used inspector up here, but inspections here, Google recognizes that as the same. We didn't put in a title. We didn't put in some name of the video. We want it to get picked up when somebody types in that keyword phrase. One of the other things we've learned by testing is if we put your phone number right to the right of the keyword phrase, a lot of times people won't even watch the video. They'll just call you directly. Also, look at this. Call us. If you don't tell consumers what you want them to do, they don't do it. So here's our action command. Okay, so that title is extremely powerful in helping us get consumers to click on that video and call Edmonton Home Inspectors, which is executive home inspections. Okay, I hope you guys caught that because that is a killer tip for you. Okay, let's take a look at this one. This is the Savvy Inspectors keyword phrase, home inspection marketing. Of course, the Home Inspection Marketing Center, of course, is right here, being replaced by the Savvy Inspector. But look at here. This is a YouTube video. Guess what? This was a Google Hangout, okay, that Jeremy and I did with the other coaches. All right, and what happens is I just took that longer video, dropped it into video editing software, and broke it up into small pieces, posted the smaller pieces on YouTube, and then what happens is promoted it. Okay, look at the same thing again. We're not looking for people to call us here. home inspection marketing, meet Jeremy Martin. Okay, so what happens is we want people to click on that, and when this is the #1 position, #2, and #3. So I know it's getting a ton of clicks in the #3 position already. And when you add a video thumbnail, it drives the number of clicks you get through the roof. It makes it almost as high as #1 and 2 by having a video there. Google loves video. You don't have to work very hard to get your video into the top of the search engines. This is on page 1. Okay, and look at this. When I typed in home inspection marketing, look how many searches Google returned. 26 million. Okay, this video is #3 of 26 million items that are indexed into Google on the internet with home inspection marketing. Okay, so this is what we teach our clients at the Savvy Inspector, how to tweak these videos just a few little ways in order to get them to show up all across the board, including YouTube. Okay, look where else you can put it. William, what about this? You get good feedback on the videos here on your website?
We do. We get quite a bit of great feedback, not only from people out there searching publicly, but even our real estate agents will comment on those sometimes. So, again, really, really powerful.
One of the things that you have to have on a website is you have to have some expertise proving videos, and that's what William has here. Okay, so this was a portion of his website. But look here what else he has. Let's talk about this, William.
Yeah, that's that's been one of our top videos. That just happens to be a cave that we came across, in the front yard of a home, and posted that. Tons of great feedback, not just locally, from all over the U.S.
That has been. I watched it the other day when I was putting together the presentation. That is totally cool. Tell them what it is, William.
What happened was we were just finished up an inspection, and I was getting ready to leave, and the client asked me about a pile of rocks there in the yard. And we're about maybe 30-foot tops from the front door of this house, and I said, I don't know. It looks like a pile of rocks to me. So, so we walk over there, and I flip back the top stone, and this is what we found. And this thing goes down. You shine your flashlight down in there until you can't see any further.
Yeah, it's an entrance to a cave or a cavern.
Exactly.
It was incredible. But one of the things, this is William's blog, and they use this with their clients, agents, and others. He has a whole tab here that says videos, and that's what I pushed on to take this screenshot. And this doesn't scroll down, but if it did scroll down, you would see video after video after video on this. And when people come here, they watch a ton of his videos, okay, that him and his staff have both produced. And again, he's got testimonials right here on the right side. So you can use videos on your website to prove expertise, build Know Me, Like Me, Trust Me. Same thing on your blog. Okay, so that's another 2 places you can put your videos. Okay, I promised you when I got you on the call that we would talk about how to implement it, who's doing what, other successful inspectors, and then I'd share with you the free tools we use to produce. Okay, so Windows Movie Maker. If you're running a PC, it's already on there. Okay, and I'm sure Mac has some version of it. You open it up, you drop the media in, you arrange the slides, do a few things. They've got good, helpful tutorials. In about 30 minutes, you can make great videos. Like William said, the difference between it and Animoto was that Windows Movie Maker gave you a lot more choices, so you could make some cool things. Screencast-O-Matic, because I want you to make these types of videos. I want you to take 2 or 3 pictures. Let's say you took a picture of a roof with a plumbing vent, and the plumbing vent, the boot around it was cracked. And I want you to talk about that, and then I'd want you to go and have a picture that you'd show next about how there was staining on the roof sheathing on the inside, or the insulation was compressed, or the bathroom underneath it, ceiling was wet, to show that water's coming through there, and then share with them what to do. That's what you do with Screencast-O-Matic. It's absolutely free. It captures anything on your screen. You talk about the picture, it makes a video. And it's a free version, but they have a watermark on it. It says Screencast-O-Matic. But if you pay it's between $9 and $15 a year, they take the watermark off, and they actually let you store your videos there up to 15 minutes worth. In other words, 15 minutes per video. Now, that's a great tool too. Animoto, we talked about it. They have free and paid accounts. You can start with a free account, and once you decide, yeah, Animoto is really for me to make the kind of videos that William's doing, then you can use it. William, let's talk about marketing outlets a minute and what you do there. Do you do all these?
Well, a lot of this, of course, I've got the Savvy Inspector Services helping us out with that. But yeah, YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, I think Savvy Inspector Services is pretty well doing that for us. Definitely on our blog and definitely on our website.
Absolutely. Now, one of the things that William has just said to you is the Savvy Inspector Services helps them with the majority of their online stuff, SEO, website, blog, social media, you name it. We help them with a whole package. And we do between 30 and 40 of our members, help them with their either full or partial packages for their online marketing. So if you're a member, that's available to you as well. Okay, let's talk about this. I produced a couple years ago how to be the master video marketer. And here's a couple pieces of feedback. Bobby Hamilton shared, I just throw this out there, how easy it was to put out a good company video using the tools that Ken's provided us. Check out the company video I threw together in less than a day using my own pics, videos, along with the music and photos that Ken provided us. All I had to do was use Screencast-O-Matic to scroll my inspection sample, and I used Windows Movie Maker. Real simple to use, and I've gotten a lot of good feedback. And there's the link to it. And then Denny said, I took and applied the ideas Ken had on making a video for YouTube, and here's the result. And you saw Denny's video earlier. His was the one with the dates on the pictures. Okay, here's Robin and John Hill. This online video series is amazing. Wow, so much hands-on how-to information you provided us that's available at our fingertips. It's easy to do videos using these step-by-step instructions. It's all laid out in a simple, easy-to-follow list of how-tos. It seems that all the bases are covered too. Thank you. It makes us feel like even we can do videos. My favorite, and listen, I love this, my favorite is using pictures to make video series. This series answered so many of my questions too, about what text to put in the title pages, what keyword combinations to use, and what to use in the descriptions, how to use Windows Movie Maker effectively, and more. Now we can easily make our videos more effective. Robin and John Hill. We do done for you services for John and Robin as well. Okay, here's what happens is, I hope that you saw how powerful video marketing is, okay, and how you can go directly to the public using these videos. And you work once and you get paid over and over again. Okay, so what happens is at the Savvy Inspector, we have a whole program. You just heard those folks' feedback on the program that we have there. So if you want to become a great video marketer, what I've got is I've got a little offer for you here. William and I studied through this.